Everybody, and welcome to another episode here of Tribal Trades Stocks on Monday. And today we're going to talk about a little bit more about, has the bubble popped or is it about to pop? I'm going to look at a stock to watch with earnings season in full swing. We'll look at the SPY a whole bunch more. Before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people. And of course, flood the comment section before the spam bots do. Of course, I appreciate those who do that. That does help support the channel. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for watching today. Smash that subscribe, hit that bell notification, and you'll get the daily updates. So we'll first let's do a quick recap from Friday where I talked about the Hindenburg omen. I'm just going to lightly touch on this. It correctly detected the 87 and 2008 stock market crashes. So it's going to predict any major crash like that. However, you can see how often it's come off. It's not like it's, oh, the last two times it went off were 87 and 2008. No, absolutely not. You can see that just over the last 7 years, yes, the bearish bias is there, and that's what it is. It is a bias towards the bearish side of things, but more so within 2 weeks, a month, particularly 2 to 3 months later, you see the heaviest amount of red, a little bit less 6 months later, and a year later, mostly in the green, although there are some red there. And of course, you see 2024, the most recent, it's green across the board all the way through. However, I did also share on Friday this interesting stat here that 9% of the S&P 500 were at 52 weeks lows, while the S&P was within 1% of all-time high. This has only happened 3 times before. So we have a very small data set here, twice in December of 1999, and then there was a March top in 2000, so only a few months later, and then in July of 2015, before August 2015 crash there. So there was a 1 month and a 3 month, and so this does align a little bit with this, that potentially a drop is incoming. And if we jump over here, I want to look at the SPY today. We do have the red dot on the daily. However, what I like to look at on the red dot on the daily is whether it loses the 9 EMA, and it didn't. It's perfectly touched there. Look at that gorgeous little touch there, and has popped back up. Currently in the pre-market, it's at 284, but I do see some weakness there in the momentum indicators. We have resistance there at 289 and also at 294. Support is going to be at 279 and also at 274. What I don't want to see happen is the 9 cross the 20, because the 9, this pink line here, this dark pink line, has been above the light pink line, the 20, ever since it crossed above it all the way back in April, and we haven't seen the 9 cross below the 20. Now, what's going to cause that? First of all, losing the 9, like we saw here. Once we lost the 9 became to come down pretty quickly and came within about $2 of crossing or touching the 20 EMA on the daily. Of course, if we lose the 20 EMA on the daily, the likelihood for too long, we lost it for 4 out of 5 days there. So I would say a week below, that's going to cause most likely the 9 to cross the 20. And that would be extremely bearish because we haven't seen that since back in April. So those are the 2 key levels to watch. 673, this is almost at 674, so we might as well call that 674. I think by the time the market opens, it will be. And then 679 is the huge level that has held so far. The red dot may have already played out. Remember, when I see these red dots, I want to see where they go, whether they break the 9 or the 20 there. And so that's what I'm looking for on the SPY. Now, the stock that I wanted to look at is Palantir, because Palantir has earnings today. However, when is the best time to go in for earnings? It's usually not the day of or day before, although in the case of Amazon, that would have worked out quite well. In the case of Meta, Facebook, that would have not worked out quite well. So there's a little bit of a gamble here, but I do want to share this trade. And what you have seen is this is where, generally speaking, institutions are loading up 4 to 5 weeks before earnings. There you can see the accumulation there, a little bit of a bull flag there to the upside. Now, this there is a technical target on this because we do have a beautiful W double bottom pattern that has broken to the outside. And the technical target for this is actually 236, although there is a Fibonacci there at 232 there that you can see. That's the technical target. Now, of course, technical targets are there, and they have historically technical targets do play out more often than not, but there's no guarantee that that will play out exactly. What do they say? Past performance does not indicate, what may happen in the future there. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And of course, you could take the PTIR trade, which is the 2x leverage ETF trade. We've been trading PTIR for quite some time. You can see these technical targets that I gave all the way back here. That one got filled. This technical target got hit. This technical target got hit. This one got hit. This one got hit. And there is a technical target for PTIR all the way up to 52, which would align with that Palantir target. So you can trade either or. We're already in these plays in the Tribal Trades Discord. You can see gave this play here on the 24th of October at $31.11, and Palantir, I gave it at $180. If you've been in the Tribal Trades Discord, there was the level there, given at 31. Beautiful move to the upside. Where are we? Here we go. Beautiful move to the upside, and look at that. If you're in this trade, you have absolutely printed, and I've continued to give updates in the Tribal Trades Discord of new price targets. The latest price target that I gave was 38. Our next target is to 40. Now, you might ask, well, this still looks pretty bullish because really, there could be a little bit more juice left to squeeze. And so I do want to give you a couple of entries here. If you do want to push on the side of risk there, of course, the ideal entry was when I gave it at 31 and at $180 here. Now this is up at 204. So if you'd gotten in here in the Tribal Trades Discord, you would be up heavily on this trade. Okay, note earnings November 3rd. That's today. That's where we are. So I want to give a couple of potential entries here if you did miss out. And what I always do, I go to the 9 EMA and I look for possible entries. So there's a possible entry there. It comes and touches the 9 EMA on the 4-hour time frame at 199.96. We might as well make that 204. And then you go on the 1 hour, you can get even more aggressive there at 202.70. As long as those levels do hold, they can be potential entries. And you can see, even though it dipped a little bit below, it ended up holding there. Even on the 2 hour, you can have a look. I do like it most on the 4 hour because that it's consistently, the 9 EMA has consistently held. So for me, if I was looking to get into this play, but you might say, well, what if it just takes off? It might just take off without you agreed. And that's why if you're in the Tribal Trades Discord, you're not trying to grab an entry on the day of earnings. You get in nice and early there at 180 when I gave the trade, and you're already up a whole ton. Now, if you're in the Palantir, PTIR, we go to the same situation. We go to the 9 EMA on the 4-hour time frame, and it's pretty close to the Fibonacci. So I'd go with the Fibonacci here, which is 38.35, but we're $1 above that. So we jump over to the 1-hour time frame, and that might give a entry here at $39 there. And of course, you can get even more aggressive by going to the 30-minute time frame, 39.19. And if you're really desperate for an entry, you go to the 15-minute time frame, 39.52. And you can just keep going down there. And as long as those levels hold, that can be an entry. But of course, the lower the time frame you go, the greater the risk on that play. And everybody thought that Meta earnings was going to absolutely crush it, hit it out of the ballpark. And they did, but then they had this tax liability, and it took the earnings per share, which should have well beaten the expectations, and it caused a huge drop in the market. So those are the risks. However, if you get in when those levels that I gave you at 31, then you're sitting pretty at the moment. And of course, if for those of you who are a little bit more longer term traders, This is the Tribal Trades Discord, but the Swing Plays channel was undefeated again in the month of October after going undefeated in September. That means that there was 100% win rate. You heard me right, 100% win rate. I've got the receipts for every single trade in here for the month of October for the Tribal Trades Swings channel. And as you can see here, this play here, the Amazon play, worked out absolutely beautifully there. I gave some buy the dip for $30 and for 33, and then had technical targets up to 42 there. And as you can see, look what happened there. Wonder scored to rule them all. There's that level there that I gave at 33, and look what happened there. It took off like a rocket ship there for Amazon. And this is the AMZU, which is the 2x leverage ETF of Amazon there. Absolutely fantastic. And you can see I also gave levels for the Amazon as well play there also. And that's the whole thing about the Tribal Trades Discord. It's all about taking the trades. It's you've got to risk it for the biscuit. You've got to be in it to win it. Absolute some fantastic wins here in the Tribal Trades Discord. As you can see, Maddox absolutely crushing it there. Even though the crypto market has been a rough ride, he has absolutely crushed it in there. And so a big shout out to Maddox, and I'll give him the boom there for that trade. And of course, if you're looking to join the Tribal Trades Discord, it's currently closed. We do have a wait list. And we are opening up the Discord this month. We're getting close. And so I do want to give some instructions here on what to do, particularly if you're new. So first of all, if you do want to get on the wait list for the Tribal Trades Discord, there's a link below in the description of this video. You might need to click the more button and it will pop out, and it will be that top link. Now, there's a couple of reasons that if you're looking to join the Tribal Trades Discord to get on the wait list as soon as possible. Reason number one is when the Discord does open up again this month, and when it does open, it will be at a higher price. So if you do want to lock in the current entry price that's listed on that wait list there, if you click on the link, you'll see the pricing there. And that is our VIP Gold All Access grandfathered in, never to be repeated again price. You will never see that price again after we reopen the Discord there for new users. It will only be for current Tribal Trades Discord members and anybody who gets on the wait list, which is why it's important to get on the wait list if you're interested in joining the Tribal Trades Discord. Now, when you join the wait list, you will be asked for your payment details, but don't worry, you won't be charged a single penny. It's just to reserve your spot on the wait list. You'll only get charged when you get moved from the Tribal Trades waitlist into the Tribal Trades Discord. The second reason to get on the waitlist sooner rather than later is you're higher up. You'll get access a whole bunch sooner. The longer you wait, the further you down on the wait list, and the longer it will be to get into the Tribal Trades Discord. And as you can see, the swing trade section of the Tribal Trades Discord, which is our medium to longer term trades. That means if you don't have time, if you're traveling, you work a 9 to 5, you got a busy schedule, the Swing Trades channel is for you. You can see what happened with the Amazon trade and a bunch of other trades that I've been sharing for the month of October. You can see how incredible they have worked out. And of course, the scalp and the day trading plays also have a very high percentage win rate there. So that's the Tribal Trades Discord. That's the reason to get on the wait list sooner rather than later. And of course, there's no lock-in at all. So actually, once you join, if it's not for you, if you don't have the time, guess what? We just wish you all the best. But however, I know once you come into the Tribal Trades Discord, the Tribal Trades family, and you see the life transformational gains that people are experiencing there. We've got our $1,000 per day challenge. Absolutely incredible stories coming from the Tribal Trades Discord. People starting with $100 a day, $200 a day. Some people now are at their $1,000 per day goal, and now some of those people are moving on to $2,000 and $3,000 per day by learning the Tribal Trades trading system, which comes as part of the Discords. We have live sessions. In fact, we have a live trading session today as well, usually 2 to 3 times a week, and a whole bunch more there. So I'd love to see you in there. That's all I have time for today. So until the next episode, or until I see you on the Discord, happy trading.